Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Crypto Atlas. Wow. What a bizarre day. But it actually ended on a good note, and I'm going to talk about that note. So if you guys didn't hear about that, just stay tuned. If you guys are new to the channel, by the way, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button as well. Let's try and get this video to at least 100 likes. And also, don't forget to click the bell icon if you haven't done that yet. It is so important. That way then you actually get notified whenever we have a new video and you can stay up to date with all the latest cryptocurrency news and technical analysis. So in today's video, I'll be discussing Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Orchid. And it's a very bloody red day, as you guys can see here on the charts. Just so you guys know, we are about 3 minutes left until the closing candle, the new day getting ready to get started here. I do have this up on the side as well, and more than likely I will pull this up for you guys when we go into the new day position, just to see how actually how volatile everything is right now, right? Excuse me. Something going on with my throat right now. I'm trying not to cough for you guys. Anyways, so just like traditional standard green, you know, being bought, red being sold for a lower price, and all of this that you see is at least $100,000 with my marketing system. We're getting close to $49,000. We got less than 2 minutes left to go, so things are popping off pretty crazy. And yeah, so just kind of hopping in real quick over here on the side. I am on Twitter if you guys want to check that out. My name is on the bottom left hand side right there at Atlas Official TV. Would love for you guys to be a part of the community a little bit more. I do talk about Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies. I run polls from time to time. Sorry about that. I do run polls from time to time, and yeah, you guys can check me out on the Twitterverse. I'm going to keep an eye here on the charts, and while we just kind of finish up with the last little, I guess, shout outs or whatever, I feel like I'm fumbling on my words with the start of this video, but you know what? I hope you guys still enjoy yourselves and you enjoy the content while you're here. But basically, what I was going to say is that if you guys are brand new to cryptocurrency trading, I got a link in the description for Coinbase. If you guys want to use that to sign up, you're going to get a little referral bonus. I'll get a little referral bonus as well. And also there's BlockFi. Now BlockFi is really cool because you can earn an interest on the cryptocurrencies that you're holding. So like specifically Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, they pay out once a month. It's pretty darn cool in my opinion. And I use both of them. Same thing, if you use that, you get a referral bonus. I get a referral bonus. And here we are. Me choking, trying not to die before the new candle closure. Maybe I need to get a drink. Less than 1 minute to go, baby. We're at $48,900. What's going to happen when we go to the new daily candle position? As you guys can see right here, yesterday, almost yesterday, but yesterday was quite red. Huge drop down, came back, got a lot of buy pressure back up. Today, huge drop in price, and then came back up. There we go, $48,900. Boom. Instantly new day. We're starting to see a rise up in price. The last several days, we've been seeing this consistently. The price will get pushed up for a little bit, then it stops and it starts to retrace back and ends up dropping down lower. There was a couple of these days where after it dropped down for a bit, then it actually came back up and kept pushing up for basically the rest of the day and ended up closing out in the green, right? And as it is right now, though, how is that going to play out by comparison? We typically see some high-level volatilities here recently with this stuff because of the amount of selling pressure that took place the last 2 days. If you want my opinion, I think this is going to start rallying right back up. We're going to be back past $50,000 here very soon. We're $1,040 away, right? It's just my opinion, unless some other news comes out. But as it is right now, we're about $1,000 away from hitting $50,000 again. And think about how awesome that is to actually be able to say it too, right? $50,000, half the way to $100,000. We can establish this once more as a baseline. We did close out a little bit below it, which does suck, but we did have a couple days that were above 50,000. So we have some new milestones that we can try and achieve, and we have a nice formed resistance that we can aim for an all-time high. We're still very close to that. Things are still looking absolutely amazing, guys. And the news that I'm sharing with you just a little bit here is really good news. So now we're about $950 away or so I'll keep an eye on this for you guys, and if I start to see it going super parabolic, then I can always pull away from the news information, and we can go take a look at the charts once more, okay? So, I mean, it is looking like it's moving very well. Going to be hard not to get distracted with that. Just hit $49,100 as well. So over on the Twitterverse, what are they actually saying over there? Michael Saylor, Square, here's the big news for you guys, by the way. Square announced today that it has purchased 3,318 Bitcoins at an aggregate purchase price of $170 million. Combined with Square's previous purchase of $50 million in Bitcoin, this represents 5% of total cash equivalents, and marketable securities as of December 31st, 2020. Boom, baby! That's some good news to hear that another big player is now putting a lot more into this again. Anthony Pompliano says Tether was accused of creating digital dollars backed by nothing to prop up Bitcoin's price, while we watched the Federal Reserve create $4 trillion backed by nothing to prop up asset prices. The irony is unfathomable, and I agree with him. Tyler Winklevoss, every single time in history that Bitcoin has hit a certain price and then retraced, it eventually reached that price again and went even higher. Think about that. And then Russell Okung, I believe that's how you say his last name. He said, taking my salary into Bitcoin was one of the best career decisions I have ever made. For those of you guys that don't know, this is an NFL player who is an active current NFL player. He has a lot of his money, I believe it's about half of his paycheck or so, that he gets transferred over and converts it into Bitcoin. So he's a big, big supporter on that. In addition to that, we also have some other interesting news. We're very positive on Bitcoin. Very happy to see a healthy correction here. No market is straight up. This is from ARK Investment Management's Cathie Wood, said in a Bloomberg interview. But she did not disclose whether ARK made a purchase. And I do know, by the way, I got all this other stuff that's highlighted, guys. I highlighted this, and now I can't figure out where my little icon went to be able to unhighlight all of it. That was just that one quote that I wanted to be able to focus on. So yeah, good news hearing the support from ARK on this. They disclosed that they're doing some investments in this. Would be absolutely amazing. Bitcoin plunges 18% as investors grow wary of record-breaking rallies. So we did see, obviously, another big drop that day, yesterday. The fall coincided with a sharp drop in technology stocks that saw the U.S. NASDAQ's index slide 2.46%, suggesting investors were becoming wary of the more expensive parts of the market. Both Bitcoin and tech stocks slid again on Tuesday. So not great news. But we have some good news, right? There are now as many as 100,000 people who have $1 million or more stashed in Bitcoin, according to the cryptocurrency data tracking firm BitInfoCharts. Why did I struggle to say that? That's up from just 25,000 Bitcoin millionaires 3 months ago. A year ago, there were about 15,000 millionaire Bitcoin accounts. So an exponential rise, right? Just a couple months, we quadrupled the amount of Bitcoin millionaires. Unless they sold off, then they're not really millionaires anymore, I guess, right? Now we're hopping back over to the charts here. I'm going to run through this fairly quickly for you guys. And as you can take a look here on the chart, we did have a bit of a run up going right here to $49,100 or so before it decided it wanted to start pulling back. And now sub $49,000 once again. So not the greatest start of what I was hoping for, but I did mention to you guys that this is the repeating pattern that I've been seeing on the new daily candle positions, right? It starts to rise up a bit and then it starts selling and pushing down, and that's what's going on right now. So I really hope that with these two large volume candles that we see here in the red, that this is going to flip to a bullish position, still trying to maintain above that 21 EMA. The bad news is if we go below the 21 EMA, then we're suggesting with the daily candle closure, we're more than likely going to have a bear market. We're not very far off from this 21 EMA at the moment. Let me clarify that to you guys. Having two different dips that drop down below it is not a good sign either. So this is closer towards being bearish from a technical indicator standpoint than it is for being bullish, right? There is that concern with the level of volume as well. However, a lot of selling pressure has been put, so at some point the pressure starts to relieve itself. This is how the market works, right? You can't just have high level of volume all the time. You see that we do have points where it goes up and then things cool down. People look elsewhere, other things going on. One thing that's also a concern is if you take a look at the level of volume that we have right here for February 22nd, aka yesterday, 2 days ago, I guess, you can actually see that by comparison, this was right around the same level as January 12th. The previous day had a massive, I'm talking about massive candle right there. Huge drop, a big retracement back as well. That was back January this year, January 11th. Previous day, it also had a red candle, and there was a red candle. So there's 4 consecutive red candles of just dropping. That was from a high point on the January 9th red candle of $41,455, went all the way down, and it bounced off that level of support right there at approximately $30,000 or so. So quite substantial difference. You guys take that into account. However, we bounced out of that, and guess what? Rallied. It went further down at one point, dropping all the way here to 28,644 or so. Coming back a little bit sideways action, then starting to rally up once again. So if you look at this on the bigger picture, which this is the day chart, right? You guys can see that we are rising up, having some pullbacks down. This is typical. We have dips, and it happened during the last big run when it pushed all the way up to the $20,000 back in 2017-18 period, right? So as it is, we're still moving quite well. A couple of days ago, we got really close to hitting the purple line tier, which is just a continuation pattern, suggesting if we were to hit $20,000. And so you see we have a bit of a drop that took place the last several days. But as it is right now, we're still technically, as of the time of me recording this video, holding above that. There is a little bit of support. Now it's actually forming a level of resistance at $49,000. If we can manage to get above that, then we're looking a little bit better. We still got $50,000 we're trying to break above yet again. And the biggest levels of support down is at $48,000. Then we have $47,000 once that breaks at 21 EMA. I would not be surprised if it just pushes right through that underneath the $47,000. And then a further decline would push it all the way down to $40,000, or more specifically about $40,700. It's concerning for sure because we have 2 red candle days already, but this kind of stuff is possible. We're getting closer towards the end of the month. People have option contracts as well, the future contracts. Okay, so if this decides it wants to rally up further, we get past the $50,000, we're going to see resistance at $57,622. And then at $58,375, and then we break all-time high yet again, and then we go all the way up to $62,232. That'll put us right back on track. That would be a really, really insane daily candle if it did something like that. And if it did do something like that, I would assume more than likely we have a chance of it dumping quite a bit the next day. But if it didn't, I'm not going to complain. The RSI is suggesting it's in the median zone right around 55. The technical radar is still suggesting a buy, starting to go a little bit towards neutral, but it's still technically on the buy zone. And you guys can see the price is still actually dropping a little bit as of the time of me recording this video. Now let's go take a look at what's going on with Ethereum. Over on the Ethereum side, multiple red candles. You guys can see yesterday also quite massive of a drop here, going all the way from up top at 1780 down to 1,354 before coming back up and closing out at 1,578. Still seeing a little bit of a drop right now. This was a daily candle closure for Ethereum below the 21 EMA, which is suggesting that it is looking like it's in a bear market. That's the Ethereum side, right? But if Bitcoin rallies, this could very well follow right afterwards. And this is only one daily candle closure. So we're not in the worst of it yet, but we're not out of the neck of the woods either, right? So we would have to get above $1,715.40 to break that 21 EMA. Actually, sorry, first we're going to see some resistance at 1,700, another one at the $1,718 or so. The next level above that is at 1,750, and then pushing all the way up, we have $2,000. Trying to break that, we break the all-time high at $2,043. And man, it just seemed like it was inching along, trying to get back to this $2,000 or not back, get all the way up to the $2,000 mark, finally managed to break it, and then just got vomited on, man. Ethereum is having a little bit of trouble with trying to keep up with the momentum that Bitcoin's been doing. Keep in mind, we're still above the previous all-time high, but the amount that we've been pulling back on this obviously doesn't look great. So if this decides it wants to go further down, we have $1,430 as a level of support, just slightly below that at $1,413. As you can see, we actually saw on the previous day that it did have a wick that dropped all the way down below that. So then we got 1,381 as the level of support, and 1,285 is a very significant drop. So if Bitcoin decides that it wants to start plunging, then I would say the key level, you look at these previous candles of what could potentially happen next, guys, I'd be looking at 1,287. The RSI is actually suggesting that it's going towards being oversold. It's a little bit below the median zone, so nothing super crazy right here, but there is a lot of selling pressure that's been going on with Ethereum, and if you want my opinion, it's too much. Now let's go take a look over at what's going on with Orchid. So Orchid also had a significantly red day. For the candle position, it also, like Ethereum, closed below the 21 EMA, which is not great. And we also even broke down below on the Fibonacci sequence level. So here at 47 cents or 0.4782. Something that's also very frustrating with this is that it was making its run trying to hit its previous all-time high of $1. Once again, that took place back on August 16th, 2020. And we just couldn't quite get there. We did tap off of 80 cents, came back down, was looking like it was starting to form a little bit of like a cup and handle pattern. And we got right over here to the 75-cent range, and then lo and behold, Bitcoin starts dropping, Ethereum starts dropping. The RSI is suggesting that we are, once again, just like with Ethereum, slightly oversold. The level of volume that's going on with Orchid, though, in comparison to what we saw with the other cryptos, isn't really that crazy. So most of this movement that's going on is all basically one-sided. Not many people are really selling. Not very many people are actually buying. People aren't really messing with this that much, right? So if anything, I'm hoping what that means is that we're going to settle down here a little bit, have a bit more consolidation, which you guys can see this was filling in between these two Fibonacci sequence levels here. That was on the 0.5 and the 0.618. But right now we're showing some potential support being formed on the 0.382 of the Fibonacci sequence, and that is at 47 cents, 0.4776. We're not very far off from that. So, you know, a couple of things that are not looking good for this. Further decline down, it looks like we do have some substantiated level of support right around here, and this is at approximately 43 cents or 0.3, it's about 44 cents, 0.4394, right? If that breaks down below that, then we have a level of support at 35 cents, 0.3540. Anything below that is not good at all. We're talking about going back into super red territory, especially at the Fibonacci level. Would hate to see that. This has a beautiful project. It's got a promising future, but the markets do what the markets do. So you guys need to be prepared if that does happen. And again, hopefully it does not happen though. If this decides it wants to rally up, then we have to break above. Did I accidentally move this more? Let's see, what did I just do? May have. No, we're okay. Okay, so if this decides it wants to go up, we have the level of resistance first off at 53 cents or 0.5362. Another level of resistance at 58 cents. A further continuation up will show more resistance at 68 cents or 0.6806. And then we're trying to get all the way up to 79 cents. But that's a long way to go, guys. We could see a huge green candle like this, but things are suggesting right now that we're not, again, out of the neck of the woods, and things are still showing signs of bearishness. So the good news is with Square, as we talked about with Bitcoin's side, and hopefully that will cause a little bit of momentum going on. The fact that it is now past the standard Wall Street hours means that things might kind of calm down a little bit for the Wall Street people and how much they're going to get involved with something like this. It's rough. It's really rough. What else can I really say about something like that, guys? So keep your fingers crossed. These are the levels for you to look out for. I'm not a financial advisor, guys. I wish everyone the best with this. I've got my investments. I'm holding. I'm hodling. It's hurting me too. I'm right there with you guys, right? And right now, Bitcoin's testing that level of support on that 21 EMA. I'm watching it. happen as we're speaking right now. I'm probably going to pop up some here if I had to take a guess. It's just a guess, right? But there's been a lot of selling. Nope, they're going to break it. If they break it, this thing is going to start dropping a lot more. Come on, guys. Where are the whales at? Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to go and wrap up the video there. Let me know what you guys think about everything. You guys think that it's going to start pulling back? You think it's going to rally up once more? This thing is flying off the screen, as you guys can see, and it was doing that last night too. So very, very volatile. A lot of volume going on with this. I appreciate all you guys, all the support that you guys do. You're all awesome. Again, I wish you guys the best of support. You guys figured out what levels that you need to keep an eye on. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button. Let's try and get this video to at least 100 likes. Click the bell icon as well, so you know whenever we have a new video. Drop your guys' comments down below, even if you just want to say hello to me. Don't forget, you guys can check out Coinbase link in the description if you want, BlockFi link in the description if you want, and I'm on Twitter, @AtlasOfficialTV. Man, this is just bleeding more red. I do not like to see that, Sam I am. I like to see the green. Keep that going up, man. There's got to be a ton of people that are shorting this right now, dude. So if these people start to come in and pop this up, those people that are shorting are just going to get totally liquidated. My concern is that people are trying to long it right now, and they're getting liquidated more. So let's see how things go. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next episode.